What makes prosecuting historical communist crimes difficult? Imagine trying to solve a mystery that happened decades ago, with pieces missing and witnesses gone. That's what prosecutors face when trying to hold communistic-era perpetrators accountable. It's a puzzle filled with legal, factual, political, and social challenges. First, legal hurdles are a big part of the problem. Many crimes from communist regimes are now beyond the statute of limitations, which limits how long after a crime it can be prosecuted. Courts often struggle with whether these crimes qualify for exceptions, especially when laws were vague or penalties were light. Some legal systems have ruled that certain crimes committed under communist rule cannot be prosecuted because the laws at the time did not specify punishments or the crimes do not meet current legal standards. This makes it hard to bring justice many years later. Factual problems also make prosecutions tough. Over time, evidence can fade or be lost. Witnesses' memories may become unclear, and some victims or perpetrators might have died. Physical evidence like documents or records could have been destroyed or hidden. For example, in many Eastern European countries, efforts to address communist crimes only started in the late 1990s or later, making it difficult to gather solid proof. Without strong evidence, building a convincing case becomes nearly impossible. Political and social factors add another layer of difficulty. Unlike Nazi Germany, which was defeated militarily and faced immediate international trials, communist regimes often ended through negotiated transitions. This meant there was no international tribunal to hold leaders accountable. In many post-communist countries, political parties with ties or nostalgia for the socialist era still influence government decisions. Some societies prefer to move on and focus on reconciliation rather than reopen old wounds. This can lead to a reluctance to pursue prosecutions or fully acknowledge past abuses. The nature of communist crimes also complicates things. Many abuses were systemic, involving state institutions acting under official policies. This makes it hard to identify individual criminal responsibility. These crimes often involved political repression rather than clear-cut war crimes or genocide, which international law typically addresses. When trying to use international law in domestic courts, conflicting judgments can confuse the public and weaken the legitimacy of prosecutions. From the perspective of communist ideology, these challenges might be seen as reflections of complex historical realities. Supporters argue that many actions taken by communist regimes were aimed at social and economic progress, not criminal intent. They suggest that legal and political efforts to prosecute these crimes can sometimes be influenced by bias or political motives rather than true justice. In the end, prosecuting crimes from communist times is difficult because of legal restrictions, fading evidence, political resistance, and the complex nature of the crimes themselves. These factors make it hard to fully evaluate and address the human rights records of communist regimes through courts.